Time for your business news, and Head of Public Service and Chief of Staff Felix Koskei is proposing hefty penalties and possible deregistration for unethical practices among engineers. Koskei says there is need for increased regulations to reduce incidences of collapsed buildings and incompetent government projects.
A report by the Project Management Institute Kenya chapter published in 2025 estimated that Kenya is losing over 600 billion shillings to stalled or mismanaged public projects across sectors including infrastructure, energy, water and ICT.
We do have a challenge in, of course, regulation of the industry with a paltry 20% effectiveness. And we must work towards addressing this.
Koskei noted that poor workmanship is undermining public trust and leading to tragic loss of lives through collapsed buildings and substandard infrastructure.
When this administration came into power, that there has been a breakdown of discipline. Consequence management had already failed, where people can do anything and nothing will happen to them. You get an engineer, he supervises a project, the project fails, and nobody acts on that person. Whether failure by the employer, failure by the institution that oversights them. And therefore, we have, as government, come up with a serious relook at how we can quickly restore consequence management.
The Chief of Staff emphasized that all public projects must embed sustainability, accountability, and ethical practice from design to execution.
Each and every person who, by commission or omission, for example, causes loss of funds, has to meet consequences. If you do a good job, you are commended. If you do a bad job, you are dealt with firmly. And therefore, we have come up with what we call proportionate and lawful consequences for infractions. We want each and every officer to take charge of their jurisdiction. We want to see each and every officer to run their affairs of their jurisdiction in a professional way.
Are key to eliminating loopholes that enable malpractice. He also urged the sector to embrace technology and innovation, saying digital tools, modern design platforms, and a transparent procurement system.
True engineering transcends physical structures. It includes the systems, institutions, and governance frameworks that ensure development is sustainable and impactful.
At the same time, Principal Secretary for Environment, Engineer Festus Ngeno, called for concerted efforts to increase the number of women in engineering, noting that gender inclusion is essential for national transformation.
While the enrollment of women in engineering courses has grown to around 30%, their representation in the workforce remains disappropriately low, and only about 8 to 10 of our professional engineers in Kenya are women, and we must push that to over 20%.
Day 2 of the 32nd REK convention currently underway in Mombasa, and chief guest, that is Head of Public Service Felix Koskei, urging engineers to practice professionalism as they undertake projects across the country, warning that those found culpable of malpractice will indeed face the full force of the law. I'm Regina Manyara reporting live from Mombasa for KBC Channel 1.